Someday I wish upon a star with the clouds are far behind. That's the best part, though. I don't want to cut it off. So listen, you can't say broke if you don't really know. How can I put it, right? What's alarming about the situation is that he should know better, and he should have paid his taxes just straight off the gate. But I'm trying to figure out how to approach it. I'm trying to figure out how to approach it. I do all my videos live. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. We are close to Mayweather Mcgregor, about 47, just a little over 47 days away. I'm going. T Street's going to Las Vegas. Can you believe that? My, how the times have changed. The times have changed. But moving forward, the issue is, what he's saying is, or what it is in the media, is that his tax information was gotten a hold of by some media members, and they have the information, but they're not going to put just all his tax shit out there. Shit, fuck it, I knew that was going to happen. So what's going on is people are saying that he's broke because, oh man, he's saying wait till after the McGregor fight so he can give them their money. But the issue is he's not broke. He just doesn't have the money he can't get to the money right now. So, if you have something, I know how it works. If you have something like a trust fund, or if you have money put away somewhere, it takes like a lot to be able to pull it out. You see what I'm saying? So the dude probably has about 100 million, maybe 200 million in assets, you can say. You can say at least 100 million. And maybe another 50 to 100 million put away somewhere because of his spending habits. Because somebody probably schooled him and told him, like, listen, so let's say, for example, let's just do a little bit of, math without knowing the exact figures. So let's say if he got a check for $500 million for Pacquiao fight. I'm not now. Don't be a female, right? And just start jumping to conclusions. What I'm saying is we're using like hypothetical numbers. We don't know how much he made, but let's just say he got a check for $500 million. Just flat $500 million. So they'll do some shit like this. Say, okay, well, listen, you take this 100 million, you do whatever you got to do with it. You're going to pay at least 100 million in taxes. Probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe 50 million because you're, you're going to get a big ass tax write off because you're rich. That's how the fucking world is fucked up. But then with this other 300, put it away, and we'll let you get like $3 million or something a month to spend, along with that flat 100 million you got. You see what I'm saying? But that other money, you can't get to it because it's being invested in all this shit. You can't get to it because you be fucking bread up. So this money is out there in accounts and assets and shit to make sure that you can't never go broke. So you're always going to have some money coming in. And then if you are able to get that money that's put away, you can't get it until you're like 60 or some shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's the situation the way I'm seeing it. Is that he probably only got like 30 million. Remember, we don't know. But he don't have enough to give them tax people without closing a bunch of accounts and and selling shit and all kind of shit like this. All kind of shit like that. So as I said, what's alarming is that, it's like, yo, we know you got an accountant. You got to have an accountant, right? So I'm thinking the dude probably was like, yo, Floyd, like, you got to remember, you made that money for the Pacquiao fight and the Berto fight. And from a bunch of little shit, other shit too. Now the IRS want their money, man. They knew you was going to fight Pacquiao. So that's like, we're going to get him after the Pacquiao fight. We're going to wait. So, for the money he made, whatever amount it was, we know it was at least 300 million, at least. Whatever money he made, remember that, you got to pay taxes on that. What is it in Vegas? Like 35, 40% or some shit? They want their money. They want their money, so that's why I feel that, it's being said that he's saying, all right, I'm going to take care of y'all, but I'm not going to go closing shit and everything. That's going to look bad if people saying, Floyd Mayweather's pulling money out of mutual funds and shit. You know, so wait till after the McGregor fight. You know, I'm gonna make a shitload of money. I'm gonna cut y'all bread, and then hopefully make sure I don't get into the same situation next year, and make sure I pay the taxes. You know, and then I'll be left with whatever, you know, and I know my taxes and everything is good. And then he don't have to touch his extra money that, you know, the money he's not supposed to. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just like it does really good, like, for you to do like research like that, you know, because I look at it like this. Once he got out of jail, you know, like after like when he signed that Showtime deal, I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Al Heyman. Somebody really, you know, looked at him or looked after him, or should have looked after him on a financial standpoint and say, okay, listen, you know, now that you got this money, like, you got to start doing something with it, some shit that you can at least make $1 million a month or some shit. I don't know. You know, in case some shit go down, you can't be going broke, champ. Remember how they say Al Heyman takes care of all his fighters? That's what we always heard. So, of course, he's got to make sure Floyd is set up. Because if Floyd goes broke 10 years down the line or some shit, they're going to look at him, or you should. So, if I'm managing a boxer, I'm going to be like, okay, how much you made? And I understand you want to get the Ferrari or whatever the fuck y'all driving out here and shit. But take 100,000, depending on how much your fighter's making. Take 100,000, and I want you to fucking open up a trust fund or something. Do something. Put that shit away somewhere. You know, a lot of fighters, you know, and athletes in general live by the check. They'll say, oh, well, like, for example, football players. They always tell me, well, you know, I just like, you know, well, I just signed another, you know, 5-year, $30 million contract. You know, and then they get an injury or something. You know, athletes think like that. You know, fighters, well, you know, I didn't know I was going to get knocked the fuck out, and I was a high top prospect. I'll just, you know, rebuild, and then, you know, get a bigger payday. You know, I'll be making $20 million a fight one day. And the money they've been making so far, they ain't been investing into doing nothing with it. So, you know, I guess this is one of those things that people are also going to say that, you know, well, that's the real reason why he's taking a McGregor fight is because of the money. It's like this. From a business standpoint, if you got a chance to fight a guy who's 0-0 but has so much money behind his name, you can make $100 million plus at least. Now, people are saying this is going to break the Mayweather Pacquiao record. I think 2.5 million pay-per-view buys. Mayweather Pacquiao was what, 4.4 or something? I think 2.5, something like that. If it do 3 million, I'm like, oh shit. But we all know the casuals, you know, and the Irish and the mixed martial arts, you know, people, they're going to buy the shit out that fight, you know. They're going to buy the shit out that fight. You know, you have media shitting on the fight. And it's like, man, listen, y'all better get in on this money grab. There's so much money to be made from this fight. That shit trickling down. You think I ain't hip to the game? That shit is trickling down. Like, when a buzz for that fight is high, that means it's going to be high for us. That means we's the ones talking about it. You know? That money trickling down, yo. And the fight is snowballing. It's getting bigger. Wait till they start the All Access. Hell, listen, we're covering the press conferences. I'm happy and proud and literally blessed to say that we, FightView 360, T-Street Controversy Live, with the help of Fight TV, with the help of Stylists Make Fights, with the help of the Sportsman over in the UK.com, with the help of Global Legacy Boxing, we're doing like some historic shit. Like, you know, I'm going to have to write a book about all this. You know, like how I just came from where I came from. And now we talking about, we got somebody at the LA press conference on Tuesday for Mayweather McGregor. Somebody in Toronto for that press conference on Wednesday. Thursday, I'm going to be in New York at that press conference. I'm probably taking somebody with me. Friday, multiple people at the London press conference. Then I'm flying out to Vegas to cover the fight week events, even if I don't get into the fight. You know, I'm going to be there for every fucking event. I'm going to be in my fucking, and then when the fight come on, I'm going to be in my beautiful fucking condo with my pop, and we're going to watch the fight, and I'm going to cover the fight, you know, just like if I was here, but I'm covering it from Vegas. But however, I've been told, you know, people, I don't know, we'll see, but these are some powerful people, I guess. They've been told, you know, they're going to help me get into the fight. You know, or not, they're not telling me to help me. They're saying we're going to get you to the fight. And as I said, it's like, listen, I'm going there to work. Like, I'm not going out there to fucking party and shit. I'm just going to be just looking at her like, my God, I'm here. You know, taking pictures of the ring and, you know, all that. You know, I'm out there to work. So, to say that Floyd Mayweather's going broke, you can't say that. You know, not anymore. At one point in time, he was going broke. He wasn't doing the right things with his money. But then once he got out of jail, he cleaned his act up. He cleaned his act up. You know? And yes, you know, we heard about, you know, the rumors of him getting scammed, but my God, how much can you get scammed out of? And maybe that's probably why he doesn't have enough capital, not capital, but as far as cash, because he probably, you know, got like a lump sum before he put some money away, right? The money we talked about earlier. You know, and probably blew that lump sum to whereas in he's living off of whatever annuity payments he's getting every month or so. Which is, remember, he's a fucking multi-millionaire. You know, so imagine you get a check, right, for fucking $2 million, and that's probably that's low, probably $5 million a month, some shit like that. You know, it's probably less than $5 million a month. You know, because what's that? Fucking $60 million a year. It's probably less than that. But still, you can get it, you know, because, and truth be told, man, my father had a similar situation like that. Like, we are well off, but still, I get like a cost, like a certain amount of money to, like for cost of living. You know, so since I don't have to pay any, like, well, we pay bills, but I don't take care of none of that myself. You know, the money that I get, they like, well, you should be able to live off of this because we taking care of everything for you. You see what I'm saying? You know, so, but yeah, it'd be certain times, like when I'd be like, damn, you know, like I sure could wish I had that lump sum, you know, but in a way you really don't, because you know that you're always going to be taken care of. You see what I'm saying? You always going to be like, there's no beautiful feeling, like a more beautiful feeling than your utilities and all that shit's going to be paid. It's no more, it's a beautiful feeling, you know? And that you know that you like making money, because remember, if he's got money away, that money is invested to be flipped and making him more money. And he's not involved in like dodgy, you know, well, it seems as though he's not involved in like dodgy ass shit. For example, he's got stake at the T-Mobile Arena, you know, at Oracle. You know, he's got a promotional company. The promotional company, don't get it twisted, it's not that profitable, but still, he's got a promotional company that's growing. It's just that he has to mature as a promoter. You know, so that's something that's always going to, you know, then he's got, you know, the money team, you know, that shit is selling. TMT hats, all that shit be selling. Remember, before he didn't have this. At one point in time, Mayweather Promotions was just a name. Remember that shit where he said he was leaving Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, but it was like, yo, you don't got a promotional company, bro. Everybody know, or people really didn't know, that Mayweather Promotions was just a name. They got their shit together though now. You know, so it's really, really hard. You can't say that he's gonna go broke. And if he ever goes broke, it's gonna be like, my God, what the fuck? Like I'd be shocked, but people talking like they just know it's gonna happen. I don't see it. You know? I don't see it. So anyway, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box.